think we got it. Go ahead and say stuff, guys. No, still not right. My audio's coming through.
Language. Why do we have culture?
I hear Scott.
How did we get to this point?
Yeah, he's got me, and I can see levels coming on your side, but they're my levels. Why am I not getting you guys? I am. I'm on the stream. Audio. Right. But you guys weren't coming over the stream. What am I hearing? I just heard me. Oh, I got a weird echo coming through my laptop. But why am I getting an echo through my laptop? I never used to have that. Man, what the flip is going on? All right, I just hit the reset on all the audio settings. And now I don't. Why am I getting... Check. It just gripes me because I adjusted nothing since the last time we played. So by the rule of cool, this should not be happening right now. And yet here we are. Now I'm getting myself through my headphones and through my speakers, which are muted, by the way. Are you guys talking? You are talking, and I can't even hear you now. So why is that? Select a speaker. I can't even hear you guys in Zoom now.
I'm level 14 now.
Level 5 would be really nice, because I think don't we all gain another like feat, I think at 5, don't we?
No, I think you gained that at 4.
Oh, okay. So what do
I
we
get a
at
second
5?
attack. I get a second attack at this
Stream
level.
should
that's
have
nice.
everybody.
I'm hoping
now.
I get another language.
Hey, there you go.
You probably will.
Yeah.
Dave just said he hears Blarg.
Dave hears Blarg.
Daryl.
Daryl.
Does he hear me or does he really hear Blarg? Because if he really hears Blarg,
actually just
Then
Blarg,
we-
not you.
yeah,
That's
it's just
we
really
got
his head.
bigger issues.
Yeah.
Oh, he hears Hebney. He hears Daryl.
Heyo. One
Well,
by
Do
one.
you hear me?
Well, it sounds like we're ready for a game.
Yeah, but for some reason you all are coming through my laptop speakers as well. I don't understand why that's happening. It's never happened before.
So you can hear us
I can
twice.
hear you not in my cans.
So
But
Wilson
across
says
my
he
laptop.
hears all of us.
Says we're 5 by 5. So that means there's 10 of us or 25 of us.
I don't know,
Addition
but
or
I'm getting
multiplication?
really flipping annoyed.
Your output device settings are probably set to your speakers instead of your
I
audio
mean,
jack.
I have it set on. I'm looking headphones with an H.
Mhm.
I mean, I'm looking at it. It's set correctly.
Is it plugged in?
It is plugged in as plugged in gets. I also checked that myself. Checked every connection myself.
Well, I'm out. I'm out of ideas.
Which helpline?
It's
No,
offline.
yeah, it's a computer.
Isn't there a
thing.
bot or something? Isn't there a help bot?
That's right. We need an IT guy.
It wouldn't be able to
There
hear
we
us
go.
though.
That's true.
I mean, we probably should all be learning sign language anyways. That would be the responsible thing to do for these situations.
That's
How's your
right.
car warranty?
Well, but on Twitch, there's interesting. I've seen, I think who's done it is if you've ever watched Stella Luna's channel, that they'll have so that under each person, everything that's said is actually typed out. And I'm not sure if it's on every, I've just, I was going through different channels, watching stuff, and I saw that there. And I was like, it's interesting. It got annoying after a while because every single word that was
Can you guys hear me?
said that you,
Yeah,
you
we can hear
would
you.
actually see it.
Hey, Wilson says we all sound great.
Yeah, I'm just trying to get everything through my headset.
Maybe Stella will come be our IT person.
I know, seriously.
This is maddening.
Yeah. We had such great intros too this week. I thought our intros were
Yeah, they were top
pretty
notch.
high end. Yeah, high end intros.
Not sure we'll ever duplicate that level of
I
intro
think-
again.
It was
Can't
so
duplicate it.
professional. It was so just expertly executed, and that's just you had to be there.
Yeah, and the agents, all the agents looking for talent were probably there and couldn't hear it. The
Yep,
scouts, yeah.
yep. The
Cut,
We would
Cutting-
have all gone pro.
cutting room floor.
That's right. Yep. God, that was great. Inspirational, really.
It was. I had a tear.
Mm-hmm.
We look marvelous.
All right. Still coming through both the laptop and my cans. And the laptop is set to headphones. I mean, I feel like I need to send a fucking picture of it, pardon my French, so you believe me. Jesus criminy. And then if I turn it down and mute it on the laptop speakers, it's still coming out. I can hear it. What could it be coming out of? So strange. Can you guys still hear me? Now my Zoom is frozen. Come on, Zoom. Oh, this is so much fun. Why is it coming through my speakers? Chick, chick, chick. Oh my God. This is crazy. Check. 1, 2. Are you guys talking? Now I got no Zoom audio. Wow. Dave, why would my mic be projecting through something? Yeah, you get this little tiny reverb. It's my, like, I can hear in here, and I can hear me speaking through my computer back at me. It's headphones. I'm kind of getting pissed. It's ridiculous. Because first of all, my first annoyance is nothing changed, and now I have a bug I've never had in 4 years of streaming. I've never had my mic. You guys aren't coming out of my laptop at me. It's just my mic. Okay, got the feedback fixed. Now I got to find Zoom. Man, I am pegging hard red there. All right, now I got to find you. Hey, you guys should talk some more. I'm guessing the stream can hear me. Could we spend that now? DM inspiration. Maybe I should be using it.
I'm really, my channel points
Oh,
off the hook right now.
okay. Other people speak besides Dave.
Hello.
All right. If anybody's
Check
left
one.
on the
Check
damn
two.
stream, tell me if you can.
Shaka 707
us.
says audio sounds
Audio
good.
sounds good.
Thank you very much.
Okay, I'm going to stop clicking.
Unfortunately, we finished the session while no one could
Yeah.
hear us.
Yes,
That's right.
Well, everyone, we're back, and thank you for joining us today. Secrets of the Flanaess.
Here's the secret, guys.
We don't know what we're
Let you in
doing.
on a little secret.
Take two.
That's the secret. Is the streamer's not sure what the heck he's doing. Okay,
my
I'm not even curious anymore how we got here or why we're here. I'm just going to keep holding my mouth like I've been holding it, and I got my foil line inside my hat, and let's do a quick round the horn and introduce our players. Oh, Shaka 707, you get inspiration for hanging in there, man. Thank you for letting us know that you can hear us. And they'll be level 5 sometime probably after first of the year. So just sit back and relax and enjoy level 4.
It's been a wild
Well,
ride.
each of our sessions are only 10 minutes long, so
Yes. All right. I hear you. I had that coming. That's fine. Okay, Hebney, Dave, I'm going to hit the command. It's going to work, and you're going to describe your character while I rearrange the the cameras here.
Hey, everybody. My name's Dave, Dungeon Dave. And a lot of times you can find me over on the Guild Superior channel, running games, playing games.
Where they have no technical issues.
No, that's not true. We have paid our dues and had many, and they happen to big streamers, small streamers, and everybody in between. So it's nothing that you did. It just sometimes shit goes haywire. That's the way it happens. I gotta say, I gotta put in a quick plug. We've got a bunch of new shit starting coming up. Monday, our Castle of Mirrors reprise. If folks were around for a No Kid Hungry one shot, there was a Tarrasque that got dropped and ate everybody, and it was a TPK. We're going to go back to the moment just before the Tarrasque showed up and play out the rest of that module. So I'm really excited about that. That's going to be the next 3 Mondays. Tuesdays are going to be our Heroes of Greyhawk night. We're going to move from Wednesdays to Tuesdays as our Beyond Saltmarsh campaign wrapped up 2 weeks ago, and we did a little Q&A last week. So super excited to start off a new story within that same world at around the same time. And then this coming a week from today, we're starting a Blade Runner game that will be run on Sunday afternoons. So that's going to be super fun. And my friend Bleak Season is going to be running that one. And then we're going to have a new Thursday coming up in 2 weeks, or a Friday game called Shade Song Saga. So we're expanding some programming over on the Guild, and I'm going batshit crazy trying to keep up with it.
Yeah, watch your audio settings when you go live, man. Make sure you got those dialed in.
Oh my God, it's a cluster. And then once you get it set, write down what you did if you can figure it out what you did. Yeah,
don't touch anything.
Playing Hebney Craigbeam, Rock Gnome Barbarian of the Wild Magic variety. Whenever he gets ticked off and goes ragey, he fires off some weird magical effects, and I've been having just a blast playing it. So I'm excited to jump back in.
Awesome. All right, let's keep going around here. Doc Shoulder, Daryl Nimblebottom.
So I'm playing Daryl Nimblebottom. Daryl's a dwarf Tempest cleric, comes from the Vespi Forest. He is the dwarf stepchild or stepbrother of 3 other halflings. He came to take the place of Bingo Nimblebottom, a halfling rogue, and has now been following with this crew for several months and is looking to hopefully find some item that will be able to relieve him of his internal toil.
Very nice. I'm over here madly taking snapshots of all my settings on my phone, so I have those. Did you guys just move around while I was doing that? That is weird.
Oh, probably.
Yes, we did.
I think I opened and moved Zoom or something. Okay, well, I'll attend to that while we hear from Meredith Carwin.
Hey, I'm Carl. I'm playing Meredith Carwin, the mysterious Shatterkai arcane archer from the Shadowfell, who finds himself trapped in the strange land of the Flanaess, where he met a brave band of intrepid adventurers and a goblin, and here we are.
And he's not a wizard.
And I'm not a wizard. Nope.
If you're in the audience and you wish to know at any point who's playing what character and what race and level and all that, as you can see there, if you type exclamation point first name of the character, you'll get their base information. So it's a feature we've added. That's probably how the audio got jacked up, but we have it now, and we are good. Blarg, tell us about Blarg.
The other feature we've added is sound, which is nice.
Too soon. Too soon.
Lordy. Hey, everybody. I'm Chris WikiVA on Discord and Twitch. I play Blarg, who is a 4th level Goblin Rogue Mastermind Linguist. He's sometimes known as Grog, and he's sometimes known as Jonathan Cumberbunch, and he's sometimes known by other names that we haven't used yet. But I'm excited to be here. It's been a long time. The last time we were here, we split the party twice, and I'm sure that's going to work out fine.
Everything is fine. Everything is fine. And at last, certainly not least, once again, Baldwin O'Farrell. And I just want to say, you guys are right. The second time through the intros is really nowhere near as spectacular as the first time.
You can't recreate that.
These suck compared to the first ones.
All right, go ahead there, Mr. O'Farrell. If you're speaking, I can't hear you.
It's because we broke my sound. No, it works now.
Yeah.
Hi, I'm Tim.
Hi, Tim.
Again, I am Tim, and I'm known as Enoch on all of the internet places. I'm playing Baldwin O'Farrell. He's a dwarf of the swashbuckling variety. He is the second tallest member of the party, and he is the creator of the beautiful distillate Podka, which is also his code name. Let's do this.
Podka, distilled from parsnips, which is a bumper crop in the Cavrix Cove region of Ratic, where our adventure began. So, as you can see, there is a map up on stream. The party should probably have that out as well. They are looking for... Love that image of Hebney in Discord. That is nice. They are looking for the Stone Tooth, which is indicated on the map, that large outcropping. You can see the elevation circles indicating that. And they are looking to find the Stone Tooth, as that is rumored to be the location or the entrance for none other than Kundrukar, the ancient dwarven ruins of Durgedin. And they're on a little bit of a mission to learn all they can and perhaps discover some special magical forged weaponry that can be brought back to Ratic and put to good use in the various elements of political strife and so forth that have been taking place in the region. So there's players. There's your Stone Tooth map in Discord. So last session, the party was attacked by a group of rather large group. I think there was 4 or 5 orcs, or a couple of orcs, some orogs, an orc war chief. The party was investigating a grove, a clearing of thorny, twisted, dark trees, some of which came alive and attacked them. And they had just gotten through that when they were ambushed by this group of orcs, orogs, and a war chief. And the party won the day. 1 or 2 of them actually went down during the combat, but they managed to end the threat and then immediately set out because it was early. Actually, no, I think you guys long rested after that and then got up and set out on the trail. And they're looking for this trail that you can see on the map. It starts in the southwestern quadrant there, but they're looking for the entrance to Kundrukar. And so Hebney, Eridith, and Daryl have remained on the trail. And if you have a look at the map, right where the trail kind of kinks due north, right in that corner is where Hebney, Daryl, and Eridith have kind of stepped off the trail. I think one of them might be up in the tree. And they're awaiting the return of Baldwin and Blarg, because Blarg had noticed a column of smoke twisting and rising through the air, and it is indicated there on the map, kind of due south of the very southern arm of the Stone Tooth. And Blarg thought it would be wise to investigate and see if they could determine what is the source of this column of smoke rising above the forest canopy. To give you a sense, the topography, we are in the foothills of the Raker Mountains. We are deep in a mountain valley. In fact, I can get you a map of that so we can zoom out and have a look at the region. Let me cover the Stone Tooth. So this blue dot right here in this Loagrim River Valley is where Blazingdale is, and the group is about 2 days' march due north, due up from the blue dot. Very highly technical cartography process here. But at any rate, this land is hilly, it's craggy, it's rocky, it's desolate. Yesterday, they started their day in a logging camp that they had slept in the night before. And that's really the last signs of life. There are a few sustenance folks dwelling. There are a few little outposts of just, single family residences here and there in the mountains. Other than that, there's nothing. And the party is, again, split. Blarg and Baldwin are probably halfway between the turn in the trail and where you see the smoke rising above the canopy. And it is desolate. It's a very densely forested area, a lot of oaks and birches and hickories and all manner of evergreens, firs, pines, cedars, junipers. It's rocky, and it is winter, so there is snow on the ground, and it is cold. And it is here we'll open our session. Baldwin has just rolled a survival check, and he is very confident that if he needs to, and he's starting to think maybe he needs to, he may want to go find Blarg, because Blarg has been gone about an hour, and Blarg and Baldwin have been separated from the party by about 3.5 hours. And so let me just read you some flavor text to set the story. Durgadin was a master smith who forged blades of surpassing quality and power. Centuries ago, his home was sacked by orcs. Durgadin led the remnants of his clan to the mountains north of the town of Blazingdale, the Blue Dot, and established a small secret stronghold somewhere in the trackless wilderness. From his hidden redoubt, he waged a decades-long vendetta against all orc kind until his enemies discovered his fortress and attacked it after a long siege. Durgadin and his followers perished, and much wealth was carried away by the conquering hordes, but it is said that the deepest and best hidden vaults and armories escaped the looting, and that some of Durgadin's extraordinary blades still wait in the darkness for a hand bold enough to claim one. As you travel north from the mining town of Blazingdale, you pass through brooding pine forests and deep vales. From where you stand now, you catch sight of a tall, steep hill that rises to a prominent bare rock knob, the Stone Tooth. A thin spire of smoke rises from some unseen point high on the hill slopes, and you are currently on a steep, narrow road or track that runs kind of back and forth, making its way up the mountainside. And it is here where Blarg and Baldwin have left the party and are now in the woods, heading due east from the trail. Let me close the region map and reopen the Stone Tooth map. And so they're headed east Let me just make that map a little bigger. Nice. Okay. So the party's located in that hard left turn where the trail turns upward. Blarg and O'Farrell have gone eastward. They've been gone about 3 hours, guys. Before we get into... Oh, what have I done there with the graphics? That's special. I covered myself. Oops, there we go. It's almost as if I've never streamed before. You take a month off and everything goes to heck in a handcart. So, yeah. Hebney, Daryl, Eridith, what do you three wish to do? It is after lunch, early afternoon. You can still see, you have to look, maybe climb a little bit to get up where you can see out of the canopy to see that smoke is still rising to the east. Again, from where you are, your vantage point, even in a tree, you can't really see the source. Blarg and Baldwin have been gone 3 hours. What do you do?
There's been any creatures, anything passing by us for the last 3 hours?
It has been dead quiet. The only thing that you noticed, and this was from last session, there are boot prints on the track that you're following up that goes in the direction of Stonetooth, kind of crisscrossing and cutting back and forth up the mountainside as you increase elevation. And there are boot tracks headed towards you, so going the opposite direction you're going, that look to be, well, you tell me. Anybody care to roll nature to see if you can determine how old these tracks are?
Nature. I'll roll
4.
that.
I rolled a 4.
Nice.
23.
Yes, so with your keen eye, Eridith, and your experience in the wilderness, you're able to determine that these tracks were probably made a couple of days ago. Some of them have had, the snow kind of blown across. Some of them from the kind of the freeze and thaw cycle in snow during day and night, they've grown crusty and broken and hard. And it's probably been a couple of days since those tracks headed southwestward down the track.
Any idea of rough number?
That's hard to tell in the snow because the sand creatures march in single file to hide their numbers.
Going up in the snow.
I think Hebney was up in a tree.
I believe you
if
were
I
the
remember
tree-bound
correctly.
one. Yes, correct. Yeah.
Yep. So I'm just looking up at the horizon ahead, the exposed rock peak, if I can see parts of it, looking for orc scouts, or I'm also looking to see, are there like birds that get flushed up maybe from a tree that might indicate that there's movement, anything that would suggest where either our companions are or maybe where guards might be.
Okay, roll perception for me as you're scanning the treetops. I know you're gonna probably go way up into the canopy.
That'd be a 7 total.
Okay. Yeah, so there are various trees poking up here and there. You know that the roll me a nature roll for me to see if you can kind of determine cardinal direction and so forth.
That is going to be a 12.
Okay. So you know that spire of smoke, that braid of smoke is going straight up, so there's no real wind at the moment, and it is almost due east of your position. Okay. You see to the northeast the spire, the craggy granite, bare, sullen gray face of the Stonetooth looming darkly above the forest. There are groups of black crows that descend into the trees and then exit from the trees at various places, because it's a crisp, cold, clear winter day, and you can see, a good ways, but you don't see any signs of movement, any other signs of life, and all is quiet, aside from any sound that may be being made at the base of the tree you're in.
I'll scurry back down and just reconnect with Eridith and Daryl. It's been hours. Should we be concerned? Should we go find our friends?
I'm a little worried if we leave, they'll come back here looking for us, but at the same time, it's been quite a long time. They probably should have come back by now. So we perhaps should head off in their direction.
Probably
I
follow
think-
their
Cross
tracks.
paths.
We could probably find them, and I think that either following their tracks or if there's something personal on them, when we get close, we could try to find them through locating an object that they have. So that might be an option to be able to actually use a tracker to be able to find something. But I think if
I'll
we
check
just
my
had,
spell book. Oh wait, I'm not a wizard.
but I think one way or the other, I think we should probably go after them.
Agreed. Can we locate their tracks?
Maybe one of you should stay, and then two of you could go after, and then we'd have the party in four groups.
Space out. Let's just spread out an hour.
Yeah,
intervals.
it's easy enough to see where Blarg and Baldwin struck out, kind of due east toward the smoke.
His footprints have those gnarly little toes.
Oh yeah, the toenails. Yeah, that's nasty, nasty.
We will cautiously follow their trail, being alert and hyper perceptive to every threat.
Hyper perceptive.
Hyper perceptive. Yes.
Okay, so the
We get
party's
triple advantage on those checks.
the party strikes out to the east. The terrain is tough going. I wouldn't say it's officially mechanically difficult terrain, but there are years. This is uncleared, untended forest. There are years and years of overgrowth and dead wood and fallen trees, and so the going is much slower than you'd probably like, which probably kind of clues you in as to why they've been gone 3 hours. As you see their prints, where you could see like maybe Blarg, instead of trying to climb over things, being a little smaller, he would go around, whereas Baldwin maybe traversed a big log over top because he's a little stockier. But yeah, you're able to track them no problem in the snow. They've only been gone 3 hours, so their track is easy enough to follow. There are places where maybe the wind has swept away the snow and you're on hard rock. Bare rock, bare earth, maybe a slight clearing where you have to stop and kind of re-find the track. But you're able to make your way slowly eastward. And the one thing that's probably most disconcerting, aside from the just general chill in the air and the fact that you don't know where your friends are, is the fact that the shadows are growing longer. As the light, again, we are in the 10th month of the year. I believe that would be Patchwall. The light is failing as the days, of course, are short. And you are also in a valley, a mountain valley, and so the sun disappears even more sooner than it would if you were out in the open grasslands of Ratic. And so our curtain draws with a swoosh of dark velvety black purple. And the other curtain opens. A nod to my friend Enoch Pratt, who works in the theater industry doing set construction and stage management. Baldwin.
Sound I make when we do that.
Does it? Baldwin, you've sat there for about an hour. Blarg has blarged off in the direction of the smoke. You stopped, again, you've been gone from the party about 3 hours, so your location is about 2 hours east of where you left the party. You've been sitting there about an hour. What would you like to do?
Yeah, I think I feel like it's about time to go find our little buddy. So I'm gonna cautiously follow his trail.
Okay. We will go to our goblin-y friend Blarg. Blarg, you are off by yourself in the woods. The shadows are growing longer. It is deathly silent. There isn't even the moan of the wind through the pines or the creek. You know how some of the very tall pines will kind of rock back and forth with the wind. There isn't. It is dead still. Not that I emphasize dead, but it's quite still. What are you doing? What's Blarg up to?
So do I still see the column of smoke rising?
Well, it's hard to because you have to get up above the canopy because the treetops are so thick. The oaks still all have all their leaves The maples cry oppression. See what I did?
size-
Anybody? Anyone?
Is there any sizable tree nearby?
To climb?
Yeah.
You could do so, yes.
I am going to walk up one of the trees, but I'm going to do it. I'm going to be careful as I get close to the top so that I'm not, I don't want to jump out and be totally visible, but I want to get an idea of where I am in relation to the cloud to the smoke. I want to reorient myself, I guess.
Okay, so your boots of striding and springing? No. Spider climbing. Climbing. Tattered though they may be.
Slippers of spider climbing.
Slippers of spider climbing. Tattered though they may be, you easily traverse the large Douglas fir. Hey, thanks for that. Man, I love Rush. The trees is one of my favorites. You traverse the large Douglas fir, almost like a because of the spoke sort of arrangement of the limbs, and up you go, and you feel the fresh air, which is nice because you've been in the canopy a long time. And as you kind of carefully, peek your head out to feel the fresh air upon your face, and have a look around, the first thing you notice is you don't see the smoke. In fact, you don't see Stone Tooth.
So I don't see it at all. So I've totally gone in the wrong direction, I assume. Do I see anything that I recognize? Do I see I'll look around and see if I see that silly grove thing.
Okay, so by look around, what do you mean by look around?
Well, I'm up above the canopy, poking my head out.
Yep.
So I'm going to look down and see if I don't know how big that stone arch was, but that's what I'm looking for, the stone arch or any clearing or anything that I might recognize.
Okay. As you look around, you realize, you kind of get the 360, that your back is to the Stone Tooth, and your column of smoke is actually off of your left shoulder. It's behind where you're facing. So you must have come up the side of the tree that, when you popped out of the canopy, you were facing kind of southwest, if you reckon yourself on the map. And so both the major topographical features, the smoke and the Stone Tooth, are actually positioned behind you. But what's maybe more disturbing than that, because you're kind of like, oh, shit, okay, there it is. Okay, that's okay. You realize you're further south. You were making a due east, trajectory toward the smoke there, and you're actually you've gone more south than east, so you're not on the track you thought you were. Like the tree that you're in is not in line with the party and the smoke. It's south. You're out of that straight line.
Yeah, so I went to the south instead of to the east.
I mean, you would swear you were on track, but it turns out.
So am I further away from the Stone Tooth than I was?
You're further away from the Stone Tooth, but you're kind of equidistant, just more south of the smoke, if that makes sense at all.
Can I see, now that I'm up above the tree canopy, can I see anything where the smoke is coming out of?
No,
is it crawling with works?
It's still just coming out of the canopy itself.
Okay, I gotcha. I can't see down through it, I guess.
Correct.
I can still see the smoke, but I can't see what's beneath.
And any hope of looking away to the south to see if you can see like that ring, that the open clearing or the stone art, that's just far too small compared to the vastness of this and the angles and all of that. You realize right away that there's no way you're gonna spot that.
So now that I have reoriented myself, I'm going to walk back down the tree and head in the direction of the smoke.
Okay. Very good. You may do so. I'm not going to have you roll survival at this point because you've been able to regain your reckoning. Okay. Baldwin, you're making your way.
Yes.
That's a good thing, right? Making your way, looking for Blarg. Always good.
Ostensibly, that's a good thing. Sure.
Yeah, you
Problem is when you
hear
find him.
you hear a loud snap to your right, as if something rather heavy may have stepped on something rather crisp, like something stepped on a limb and snapped it. Hard reckoning with all the tree stumps, rocky outcropping, the undulation of the topography to get a sense of distance. But yeah, there's some sound off to your right as you're making your way eastward.
I'm prepared to defend myself.
Okay. How will you do that?
While I was carrying my axe, I'm gonna two-hand it and be prepared to fight.
Okay. So there you stand, readied. Roll me a stealth. I just want to see like how successful you were moving through. At like what level of sound were you creating? Because you didn't really say anything that you're trying to be stealthy. So I'm going to give you a stealth roll and have you roll a -2 to kind of just make it be a. Let's check the noise level of the dwarf in the forest.
Okay.
No one's around to hear him, so is he really there?
Well, that's a
yeah.
possibility. Yeah.
That's a good roll.
I rolled a super maximum awesome pretty 20.
Okay.
But then I have a +2, so it's 22.
Okay.
So it's still the
Nice.
same awesome pretty.
Yeah, so strangely enough, a couple of times you felt the snap of a limb or a twig beneath your feet, but maybe it's a trick of the snow or the softness of that particular spot of earth that's been wet from snowfall, but it didn't make a sound, even though you like catch yourself like because you felt yourself snap a twig. So you feel pretty confident that you've moved pretty nicely and quietly through the forest. Roll perception for me as you stand there watching.
Ooh, that one was the opposite end of things. I wanted to give the audience a show. Here's the best thing you can roll. Here's the worst thing.
Nice.
Speaking moment.
Covering all the bases. So did you roll a 1, Baldwin O'Farrell?
I rolled a supernatural 1.
And what is your modifier for perception, if any?
+2. So there's a total of 3
So
right
there's
there.
a 3. Okay. Yeah. So you're standing there, and the only thing you're really hearing and sensing is the thumping of your heart. As you know, you heard a large sounding snap, and it wasn't like twig. It was like something heavy on a thick branch. Crack. I don't know if you've ever sat through like an ice storm and tree limbs begin to crack and pop and fall and break off trees. It was like a gunshot. It was loud. No mistaking it.
I'm tangentially aware of it, yes.
Okay. So you stand there, and it is quiet until you hear, and maybe you don't hear it first, but you smell it. It's a combination of scat matted in fur and BO and dried blood, and you hear this whipping, swooshing sound as if something large is being whipped through the thorny, weedy, brambly underbrush that you're standing in, and a large wooden spiked club with iron forged plates tacked to it, also spiked, comes just whipping through the brambles at you. Does an 18 have an effect on your armor class?
Indeed, it does.
Indeed.
Good effect
Indeed,
or
it
bad effect?
does. Indeed.
If only you had stuck with my plan, you'd have been safe.
Okay, so this blur of large wooden club that's been carved into spikes with iron plates. It's kind of like a flat paddle, the head is, and it's got spikes, and then it's got these iron plates on the flat sides that have been affixed to it, and those have spikes on them as well. And it comes whistling through, and I have a total of, you did okay with this, I rolled kind of poorly on the damage. 9 and 3 is 12 piercing because of the spikes.
Ouch.
So 12 piercing damage as a large, crudely crafted morning star whaps you upside the shoulder, surprising you because of the skill of its wielder in navigating the forest after giving away its position mere moments ago. And towering over you is about a 7 foot, 3.5 inch, 312 pound, 6 ounce bugbear. Fangs bared, flat, pointed ears, back, spiked leather, pieces of armor, loin cloth, spiked gauntlet, looking down at you, saying something unflattering in Goblin. Let's roll for initiative.
Let's.
Are you still up?
Oh yeah.
Good deal.
I'm very hurt.
Yeah.
I love when the DM asks, "Are you still up?"
I thought I should
and then
ask.
says, "Let's
Yeah.
roll initiative."
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah,
Okay.
Whoa.
I'm smarting, but I'm still there.
Okay. Smarting is not the word I would have
Yeah, I
chosen.
don't know if I would-
See what I did
Well,
there?
it's a good thing that you're split from the rest of the party. I mean, that's the one saving grace, is that the rest of us can still escape.
Okay.
I'm sacrificing myself for you all.
What did
So
you
I-
roll?
I rolled a 21.
Oh, dude, nice. You have gained initiative by 1 pip on
Whoa.
1 die. Well, they don't have pips on. They're just numbers. Sorry. Go ahead, Mr. O'Farrell.
Well, I think my wisest attack would be with my battle axe, and I'm gonna two-hand that bad boy.
Ooh, two-handed battle axe. That is outstanding.
Take it from
Yeah.
the goblin. There's no shame in running.
Well, I have to.
Baldwin knows enough about the mountains and bugbears to know that running from a bugbear as a dwarf is not going to avail you anything resembling success.
Yeah, and this is not really running terrain either, because I did consider that earlier. So I rolled a 10. to
Okay.
hit.
10 is going to come up a little short, even with a +2 if you wish to burn one. So the hide armor, the leather, crudely, fashioned leather armor manages to turn your blade.
Okay.
Okay. So he will now take a swing at you with his Morning Star. Does an 11 hit your armor class?
It does not.
Yeah, so he just misjudges your height, and you hear the rip and shred. Some of the brambles catch on the head of the Morning Star and rake across your face, causing no damage other than just serious annoyance. And it is your turn to take an action.
All right, I'm gonna swing again.
Very well.
Ooh, that is a 12.
12. If you wish to apply a +2, you don't have to.
Nah, let's save them.
Yeah, I am indeed gonna
For the
apply.
survivors.
Okay.
I'm gonna apply a +2 for sure, and now
Okay.
I will roll damage.
That puts you down to 34, and you do find that your axe finds purchase across the thigh of the beast. This guy's furry, he's clawed like a bear, he's got this hideous goblinoid face, he's got unibrow. Again, his pointed ears are flat, fangs are bared like a rabid dog. What did you do for damage?
I did a massive 3.
Okay. Yeah, he kind of laughs, ha! And now he's kind of circling you, almost like he's going to toy with his food.
I'm gonna toy right back with him.
You see he has a javelin strapped to his back now that he changes direction. Again, you're in this undergrowth, and it's tough going for both of you. But he's going to go ahead and attack you again.
Okay, I have to remind myself that I am wearing a displacer cloak.
Okay.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Does that give me -2 to AC? Or +2 to your AC? Or how does that work again?
It's he's at disadvantage to try to hit me.
Okay. All right. So I rolled a nat 1. I'll go ahead and roll another. Oh, that's 2 nat 1s. Good. We'll get those out of the way. So he missed and missed again. And you see him kind of turn his head confused, kind of rub his eyes a little bit. It appears that your cloak of displacement is having the desired effect.
Nice.
Did he poke himself in the eye with the club when he did that?
He did not, but the head flew off the Morning Star. The head flew off the Morning Star through the thicket and hit the approaching wizard in the forehead.
Thank God we don't have one.
Dealing lethal damage. Yes, go ahead. Okay, go ahead, Baldwin.
All right, I'm going to swing again. Wow. That's a big 9. Miss.
Yeah, so he kind of parries your shot with his Morning Star and, again, it lines up for another big swing. Rolling at disadvantage. That's a 2 and a 1. Outstanding. My heavens, these D20s are going to find themselves into the jail. Okay. So he misses again. This time the Morning Star head just gets caught up on a vine as he's, there's just, you're out in the open, but it's close quarters with the tree trunks and the vines and the brambles and the thicket that you're in. Go ahead, take your turn.
All right, I'm going to strike again.
Shaka is giving some advantage, and he just gave it to you for your next attack, buddy.
All right.
So roll 2 D20s.
2 D20s. Okay, so I rolled a what do you call that? Okay, I got you. 2 D20s. I'm trying to find it. There it is. Okay. First roll is a 15. Second roll is also a 15.
All right, you've got a hit with that 15.
All right.
Go ahead and roll your damage.
That is 5 points of damage.
5 points of damage for a total of 8. Okay, yeah, so you've opened up a couple of gashes on this guy's, one on his side and one on his thigh, and he's kind of howling. His blood begins to seep from his wounds. And then he looks at you and he just runs his clawed fingers through the blood and licks it, like flicks it on you, and then attempts to make another swing with 2 unheretofore rolled D20s, fresh D20s here. 9 and 4 is 13, and rolling at disadvantage, by the way.
Yep.
13 hits?
No.
Oh, okay. The yep was for the disadvantage. Okay, yeah, that disadvantage is probably saving your ass because the other die was a 17, so that's a good cloak of displacement there. You are up, sir.
All right. Let's see what I can do this time. Ooh, that's a big miss.
Blarg, roll perception.
All righty. I'm sure that'll be fine. All right, I've forgotten how to roll. It's been
That's
so
a
long, I don't
D20.
remember how to do it. Yeah. I got an 8.
An 8. Okay. Yeah, so you're making your way to the smoke. Meanwhile, the bugbear, who's growing increasingly more annoyed, and he didn't really start off in an excellent mood, takes another wild swing, and I'm going to guess that an 8 is insufficient to pierce your armor.
Indeed.
Okay. But I'm guessing the 18 I rolled on the other die would have been a hit.
Yes, it would.
Nice.
Love cloaks of displacement.
Fortunate little man, aren't we?
Yeah. Okay. So I'm gonna try again. That's an 18 to hit.
Yeah.
That'll hit.
Boom! 2 points of damage.
Death by 1,000 cuts. Okay. Yep.
I'm just toying with it. I'm just toying with this bugbear.
Another gash. Do you speak Goblin?
I do not.
Okay. So
I know someone who does.
he's hurling insults at you in Goblin.
I
Okay.
assume that he's hurling insults to me in Goblin, so I'm hurling insults to him in Dwarvish.
Yeah, and he doesn't respond. He kind of turns his head like a dog, trying to understand you. And he makes a mighty swing with a 10.
Yeah, that's not going to do it.
Ooh, man, dude. You are... That cloak is brutal for the DM. It's going to suck when that magic item disappears.
Okay, that's a 22 to hit.
I think that'll hit.
And that's 10 points of damage.
Nice, yeah. So you open up another gash, and he is bleeding substantially. And he just bellows, lets out this roar, and just takes a big two-handed swing with his Morning Star. And that is a 15.
A 15 does hit me.
15 hits. All right, so 10.
Yeah, my armor class is 15, so yeah.
12 piercing.
12 piercing, okay. Okay, I'm hurt, but I'm still going.
Okay. It is your turn.
All right.
And this guy is hurt as well. He's limping some. He's bleeding from several wounds. He's just seems like he's enraged. As the longer this goes on and the longer you live, the more anger you sense, more hostility you're picking up from this dude.
So I rolled a 14 to hit.
14 hits. The monster manual has him in as an AC 16 height armor plus shield, but he's not wielding a shield, so.
Okay.
14.
I did 8 points of damage.
8 points of damage. Why don't you go ahead and tell me how you take down your formidable opponent?
In a desperate act, because I'm hurt, I leap into the air and I bring the axe down on the center of his head.
Yeah, and you kind of lay it open, and he just drops. The Morning Star, which is actually longer than you are tall, falls with a thud to the forest floor, and you stand there. There's blood spilled all in the snow. The crimson drops and streaks everywhere. You're not sure which is yours, which is his. Your head swims from your wounds. You've been hammered really hard twice by this brute and his Morning Star. And you stand there as the forest grows quiet.
So I reach into my bag and I pull out my flask of spirits and I take a long pull and then I pour some over my wounds.
Yeah, that burns.
Yeah, it burns.
Yeah, and you revel
I like it.
in the burn. Yeah. These are dwarven spirits, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
What is this a family distillate, or is this something you've picked up in your travels? What manner of spirits?
I got this in the last settlement we were in.
Right.
Got some.
Oh, in Blazingdale. Okay.
Yeah, in Blazingdale. There's more. There's like a small keg of it, but this is what I had in the flask.
That's your travel pack, your to-go bag, if you will.
Exactly. It's for medicinal
mug.
Medicinal purposes, yes. Yeah. Travel mug, yeah. There you go.
Speaking of mugs, I have to replace my mug next time we're in another settlement.
Yeah, you threw it at something and it shattered, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, well, it's worked for me before, but I guess there's only so many times you can do that.
Right. So you have the steaming warm corpse of a deceased bugbear.
I might as well search him and see if I find any interesting tidbits.
All right, sure. Yeah, there's a pouch on his belt. There's like a ring, some kind of like leather kind of thong or band that has teeth and things, claws affixed to it. You would assume that those might be trophies or some hierarchical indicators within. You know enough about bugbears to know that they're a social creature. They work together. They have clans. And as this dawns in you, it occurs to you that this dude's probably not out here by himself. As you rifle through his pouch and you find 7 gold,
Nice.
a couple of small gold teeth, some bones of a small creature that looked to be kind of filed to a point, maybe as tools of some kind, picks or needles, you're not sure which. And you find a small quartz worth 15 gold.
Cool.
He has a javelin. Both weapons are made of carved and sealed hickory. They're sealed with some kind of like sap, some tree substance to keep them from splitting. The handles are the shaft of the javelin, and the handles are wound with like leather winding or thong, for gripping. Sort of crudely made, but you're here to tell you that anybody asks, they're efficient and effective when they find their mark.
How tall is the javelin?
The javelin is probably 4 feet.
Yeah, I'm gonna keep that.
Okay. Yeah, it's a good hardwood javelin. D6 is your damage die for a javelin, plus your dex bonus if thrown, strength bonus if wielded as a melee weapon.
Sweet.
Range is 30 to 120. 30 short range, 120 long range on the javelin for ranged weapon. And it gives you 5-foot reach. It's a melee weapon.
All right. I'm going to continue on my search for Blarg.
Okay.
Gently. I'm going to gently travel.
Okay. Yeah, you're
I'm
seeping, you're bleeding, you're hurting. You're not sure you don't have a couple of cracked ribs at first Morning Star, because that first one caught you. He snuck up on you. They have a +6 to stealth. That's kind of their MO is bugbears, and you know this. They do like to beat the shit out of stuff, but they're really good at setting ambushes. They like to stealth, so. Okay, so you're on your way. It takes you a few minutes to reorient yourself. In fact, give me a survival roll.
I got a natural 20 +2.
Okay. So you do find Blarg's trail again. It takes a few minutes, even with a natural 20. You've been whacked upside the head with a Morning Star. You just killed a bugbear. Your battle rage is still coursing through the veins of your mountain dwarf body, but you're able to kind of draw your focus in and make your way toward Blarg. Blarg, you're picking your way back to try and get back on track toward the smoke. The party is making its way toward Baldwin and Blarg, not knowing that those two have split up, and you're a couple, you're 3 hours behind them. So I will say this, though, Baldwin, you probably would end up coming up behind Blarg at some point as he is picking his way, looking, I'm picturing Blarg occasionally maybe having to go up the canopy again to see where's the smoke. And it takes you a couple more hours, but you manage to reconnect with Blarg as he is looking for the source of this smoke.
Nice.
When I see him come up, I'm gonna motion to him in thieves' cant. You don't look so good.
Yeah, I'm pretty banged up. You wouldn't happen to have anything for that, would you?
And then I'm gonna motion in thieves' cant. I thought I told you to stay where you were.
Yeah, we're like way behind schedule here, man.
Well, I think everything's under, and he'll motion again in thieves' cant. Everything's under control.
This is a pretty advanced Steve's camp we got going on here.
I'm a linguist.
Yeah. So anyway, you wouldn't happen to have any healing potions or anything on you, would you?
No. No.
All right.
We
Well-
we need to have a cleric in this group, someone who can heal us. That would be
Convenient.
useful. Yeah, we should
It's like
find
we
one.
have our wizards.
Yeah. Hey, I still think I want to get to the smoke.
Yeah, no, I mean, might as well. So I tell them about what happened and my suspicions that there might be more bugbears about, and that they're really selfish, so we should be paying extra attention.
Yeah, but bugbears are pretty nasty. We had one terrorize our clan once when I was younger.
Yeah, tell me about it.
Bugbears are particularly nasty with goblins. They tend to enslave them. They kind of look at them because they're all goblinoid, hobgoblins, bugbears, and the kind of the hierarchy. The bugbear kind of sits atop that 3-level hierarchy, and the goblin kind of sits at the bottom, like way down the bottom. So, yeah, when he says bugbear, you're kind of like get a chill. Yeah.
It's really an unfair system.
Totally. Yeah. Uncalled for. So I'm going to say that you guys need to make a survival roll to continue to stay on track toward the source of this smoke. Last time up the tree, Blarg, I will say that it is much closer than it was. And you feel like, particularly Baldwin, you're good at sensing elevation changes, as a mountain dwarf, and you feel like you're starting to increase elevation, like you're kind of scaling just a little bit up a hillside.
I'll impart that information to my friend.
Well, Blarg's survival check was a 10.
Okay. Yeah, so you feel like you're on the right track.
Baldwin is 21.
All right, yeah, and Baldwin, you're like, yeah, it's definitely this way. And good to see you, Lord Gazumba. Jay, woo, thanks for dropping in. Just dropped his Twitch channel information in chat. If you're into D&D, he runs stuff on Sunday nights. The Gabbin at the Peaks, a kind of a talk show. He runs occasional Monday nights, I believe. I think I've seen some stuff. And then Wednesday night, Legends and Lore, another conversation. And then Thursday is his 41-plus year campaign that's going with an incredible table full of minis and terrain. And thank you for the sub, Jay. We appreciate your support over here, man. It's good to see you, and it's good to be back live playing D&D again after a little bit of a break. So, okay, so as you make your way, again, the topography elevates. You're definitely scrabbling up rock. The trees are almost entirely now like cedars, junipers, pines, the only kind of thing that'll grow in granite, it would seem. And you come upon a column of stone, looks quite natural, and from it issues forth a bit of smoke, a column of smoke. And it seems that you've found the source of the smoke, and it looks like it's a chimney, like a natural rock chimney. Probably 12, 15 feet high. A few of the trees around it are just stumps or fallen down, broken down. So it's just this kind of this, obelisk, monolith in the forest. And it's issuing forth thick white smoke into the now dim twilight of the evening sky.
So they've elected a new pope.
There is a new pope, yes.
So to clarify, so it's white smoke. So it's indeed smoke and not steam.
You can smell very clearly that it is, and there is ash here and there around the base of this. It's just chimney rock, basically, but it looks natural to you, and you don't even need to make a check, Baldwin. It does not show any appearance of being constructed by masonry or any other means. It looks to be a natural chimney from which belches forth.
Are there any
smoke.
Yeah, Blar's going to look around and see if there's any creatures he can detect, see, hear,
Okay.
smell.
Yeah, go ahead and roll perception. I guess you're looking for like footprints, signs of.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna do the same thing.
Well, I got a 7. I'm going to change my dice set.
I have an 11.
Okay. Yeah, looking around, there's really no sign of anything here. It's more of the same desolation, except there's some ash. The treetops closest to this chimney seem to be darkened as if by soot from the chimney, the smoke coming out.
Can we see the stone tooth from where we are?
There's enough of a clearing around this chimney that you can make out the peak, the summit, the craggy. It's almost along the lines of the Matterhorn. Certainly not that big, but it's got that just crag sort of tip to it. There's enough clearing around this chimney that if you look to the north and west, and it's kind of northwest, you can in fact see the stone tooth. Again, I'll invite you to consult your map.
And do we know how far away it is approximately?
You know that you've probably come a mile from the trail if you went due east, which seems crazy that it's taken you this long. But again, the terrain is such, and the stopping and climbing trees and getting your reckoning and fighting bugbears. You're probably a mile or so east of the trail, maybe a little less. And Stonetooth, the summit itself, is probably, it's hard reckoning. Again, you don't know the actual size of it, but it's got to be a couple miles off. It's further away than you guess the trail probably is.
I'm going to whisper to Baldwin in Dwarvish. Do you think we might be able to gain access to the forge through this chimney?
Yes, I think so. If we're careful, I'm going to make a dwarven assumption here that this is the chimney for the forge, and that the forge is somehow active. But yeah,
I kind of want to climb down.
I am inclined to agree. I'm in need of healing, and we're also in need of, getting the party back together, I think, before we do something like that.
Yeah, Grog's a little impatient. Wants to see where the chimney goes.
Yeah. I'm gonna have to agree to disagree there. At this point, I'm not gonna, go down and face certain danger, in the condition that I'm in. And
or do you want to head back?
Well, yeah, probably sort of heading back. I assume, I don't know, but I assume since we've been gone like over 3 hours now that the party might be looking for us.
Nah, I think they'd listen to Blarg and just stay where they were.
Yeah, I'm getting the feeling that there's going to be less and less of the listening to Blarg thing going on.
Oh, this worked out perfect. we set out for the chimney. We're at the chimney.
I think yeah. I think I have a suspicion that if we start heading back, we're going to meet the party somewhere along the way, and then we can reassess your current plan, which I don't hate. I'm just not ready to do it right now.
Well, if we meet them along the way, we'll have to have that discussion about you need to stay in place because, what you're doing is awfully dangerous. But we'll have that conversation with them if we have to.
All right. So it's agreed then. We're going to start making our way back looking for the party while also trying to avoid bugbears.
Okay.
Yeah, I, for one, would like to avoid bugbears.
How will you go about trying to avoid bugbears exactly out here in the wilderness in prime bugbear territory with a fallen, slain bugbear seeping blood somewhere back along the way you need to go? What's going to be your methodology for successfully avoiding bugbears?
Well, I'm going to spray myself with bugbear repellent.
and I, for one, am actually going to actively try to be stealthy, whereas I probably wasn't so much before.
I'm going to do the same thing.
I'm reminded of the SpongeBob episode with the giant sea bear, where you got to get in the sea bear protection circle, and you can't play the clarinet or it's going to draw. Remember those? Anybody? Yeah.
Yes.
Squidward. Yeah. That's a campfire song episode. Yep. Yeah. Okay.
My stealth abilities are not terrible when I actually try to use them.
How did we do?
Well, I haven't rolled it yet.
Oh, okay. Well, let's go ahead then. If you guys want to head back to find the party is making their way towards you. Let's flash to the party. And you guys are making your way eastward. It's been maybe an hour or so. You're still tracking. There's still 2 sets of tracks. What are you guys doing?
So Eridith, 5 gold pieces, says Blarg has gotten Baldwin killed.
Take the bet.
Yeah. No. Yeah, okay, I'll take that.
All right. You got a lot of faith in that little goblin. I don't know.
I just hope we, at least, we find their bodies. It won't be too heavy to carry back. So.
Are you able to follow the trail pretty good? I can't tell my head from my.
Yes. No, we're doing fine. For some reason, I'm going to be extra alert for bugbears.
I'm going to be stealthy, if I can.
Ooh, yes, I'll be stealthy too.
Okay, so are you guys going to roll stealth then? Is that and you continue to make your way?
Turn around and look at Daryl.
Hey, all quiet here. Daryl's working on his sermon for Baldwin's funeral, so don't worry.
Nice. Nice. Let's go ahead and get some stealth rolls.
Now we're talking. 18.
14.
14.
Okay. Very good. So you guys feel like you're quietly moving through the tangled underbrush, the thickets, the fallen logs, the rocky, undulating ground. Baldwin and Blarg are headed west now in your direction. And I think what we'll do is we will hit a quick pause for a 5-minute stretchy stretch bio. It's 3:25. Come back at 3:30. That's Eastern time, of course. When we come back, I'm going to open up the giveaway because we're going to do another giveaway.
Oh.
And we're going to give away a print-on-demand copy of this bad boy that I've just put up on stream. Dungeon Module D1 and 2, Descent into the Depths of the Earth. Nice. Was written by some guy named Gary. And so we will give that away at the end of the stream. And when we come back from break, I will open up the giveaway. So hang tight and please come back and see us because everything is fine.
We're back, baby.
Print on demand.
All right, we're back from break. Hopefully everybody else hung around. I'm going to go ahead and open up the giveaway. Let's see. Where's the open the giveaway button? I know I put it somewhere.
This should be fine.
Everything is fine. Everything is fine.
As long as it's not next to the audio button.
As long as it's not near the audio button. Start giveaway. Okay, that should start a giveaway for a print on. Look at that. Look at that. So, just type in ! giveaway, and you will be entered into the giveaway. And we're going to give away Dungeon Module D1 and 2 Descent into the Depths of the Earth. And that's a classic. So, and it'll be the print-on-demand version from DM's Guild. So you're going to get the paper version, which is kind of cool if you like to have things in your hands and touch them and stuff. So we will pull that winner at the end of the stream. And then if you did win, just message me either here or on Twitter. Let me put my socials out there. You can also join our Discord and find me there, but get a hold of me and we will get that. I'll get your mailing address and we'll get that to you. So just a way to keep the Greyhawk flowing, as they say. And players, you are more than eligible and more than welcome to get in on that. And so here we go. And Enoch Pratt, I don't think your giveaway got typed in correctly, so you might want to circle back on that. So one party headed west, the other party headed east, sort of like the Zacks, if anybody remembers that classic Dr. Seuss tale. Eastbound Zacks, westbound Zacks, and all of that sort of thing. And so over time, you guys managed to run across one another at long last. I will just go ahead and say that each of you sees the other trudging through the dim darkness as nighttime falls upon the forest.
Oh, shit. Here you go, Meredith. He pulls out 5 gold. Not that I'm not happy to see you alive, Baldwin, but I thought for sure the little green guy would have gotten you killed.
Hey, you guys were supposed to stay where you were. How were we supposed to find you? Splitting up what you did could have been very dangerous. Could have run into bugbears.
I was just going to say, I've seen evidence of bugbears in the woods. We should be cautious.
Yeah, I'm the evidence of that bugbear.
Yeah.
Hobbit dwarf. You wouldn't happen to have the ability to help me out here, would you?
I think I could. Hold on. So Daryl pulls off his staff of healing off of his back, and he whispers a little prayer, and then he gently touches him on his right shoulder, and I'm going to see how many points of healing he's going to get once I pull it up. Sorry.
You're good, man. You're good.
Okay. So 9 points. And how you feeling there, Baldwin? Back to full Baldwin-ness, or do you feel like you are still a little low in the tank?
I feel like that's exactly 50% of my full capacity.
Understood. He's it's like a video game. He's got this
Half
little
the man
like
he used
meter.
to be.
Little bar.
That's right.
Yeah.
He's half the man he used to be. Okay. Well, maybe we'll see if we can make you a little bit more than half the man. And that gives you another 6 points there. And
Thank you.
That's my job. And he puts his staff away and actually puts his little notation book away as well. The sermon that he was preparing for Baldwin's funeral has come to close, so he'll save that for maybe save it for another day, maybe. Oh.
Put a pin in that.
Okay, so As per the title of today's episode, we've gotten the band back together, dude. Rock on. So there you all find yourselves in the absolute pitch blackness of night here in the mountains and the foothills of the Rakers. What would you like to do? Baldwin and Blarg, you would have passed the battle scene and the carcass of the bugbear on your way to reconnoiter with the party. Looks like we got a couple cameras out of order. I'll fix that. So you're past that, back in the direction of the party. In the dark thickness of the forest. What do you guys want to do?
So Blarg is going to tell the others, hey, that wisp of smoke that we went off to look for, it's a chimney, and we think it may lead to the forge.
So Daryl asked Blarg, how big is the entry to the chimney? Is it something that small people could get through like us, or is this so narrow of a chimney that you couldn't even get a goblin through it?
Well, that's a great question, and you think we would have looked into that before we left, but Baldwin was in a pretty big hurry to find you guys.
Got it. So maybe that should be our next stop, to go back and backtrack your steps to go back to the chimney to investigate it.
Yeah, I'm sure it's plenty big. I mean,
Okay.
if I were building a forge, I'd at least make sure it was, goblin size so that you could get in and out of it if you needed to. How else
At
would you
least.
clean it?
At
The
least
thing about that is
dwarf
it's
size.
not a built chimney. It's a natural chimney. It's a natural
Yeah,
of the stone.
right. So why would you choose a natural chimney that was really narrow? I mean, you still got to clean it.
Scott, how late in the day did you say it was when we all?
It is
Okay.
nightfall. It is nightfall 28 Patchwall. And again, for our viewers unfamiliar with the Greyhawk calendar, Patchwall is the 10th month.
Seems to
Go ahead.
me that we should get up there and get eyes on this chimney this evening. Because if they close down the forge, perhaps we could sneak down without burning our britches and get inside. But I'd like to see this chimney before I commit to any sort of spelunking.
Yeah, I agree with
That
that.
works.
That's
I think we should head up there.
Yep. We'll head up there and we'll avoid all bugbears.
Okay. So you begin to make your way back eastward now toward the chimney. You do come upon the battle scene where the carcass of the bugbear once was. It is gone. Blood stains the snow and the ground. Baldwin, where you valiantly ended this bugbear, but it appears to have been removed. Or something
crap.
ate it, and it's completely gone. Go ahead and make a perception or an investigation, if you wish, to locate tracks.
I'm gonna do an investigation.
I'll do investigation because I have a better roll.
Okay.
hey, Podca, you might
Better than that one, buddy. I just
might-
did the best roll.
Is that a natural 20 again?
Yeah.
Wow.
So
Where
I
was-
get them, during
You're
things
hot,
that are
man.
pretty cool, but I don't get them when I'm fighting.
Where was that in combat, right?
Yeah, your next roll will be a natural one.
Yeah. Yeah, so you see that there are, in fact, booted tracks, rather large ones, all around and you can see where the carcass would have been because there's this big expanse of crimson staining the snow and the blood. The weapons are gone,
Someone's
and the body's
aware
gone.
of our presence.
Yeah, and the body's gone. And there are numerous footprints.
Blarg's going to look at when he's looking at the prints, he's going to say, Podca, you should probably make sure you kill it next time because it looks like he got up and walked away.
Yeah, there's no way that got up and walked away. I split his head wide open.
Yeah, well, just
He
better make
did.
sure. next time.
I was there. I saw it. As the dungeon master, I can
And
vouch.
there's a lot more footprints here than from one creature. Can I assume or can I identify that these are in fact other bugbear tracks?
Roll a survival for me, and I will let you take a swing at the number and whether or not these are bugbears.
Okay, I rolled 14.
Okay. These are bugbear, and a couple of them are smaller. But they're not so small as to be like goblin sized.
Yeah, kids.
If you want to burn a +2, I'll tell you how many. Because that would give you a DC 16.
Do it. Burn it.
Yeah,
That would leave you a 34 +2, so you're scraping down a little bit, but yeah. So you're pretty sure that there are 2 bugbears and 2 of these other. Your understanding of how bugbears function, you're going to guess they're probably hobgoblins. So there's 4 individuals that came, and there are no signs of dragging. So they were at least smart enough to pick the body up. But bugbears aren't like they're not intelligent, but they are instinctual, and they're good at ambush, at stealth, and certainly at carnage.
Yep.
That would be Carnage with a K.
Yeah.
And 2 R's. Yeah.
Apparently, we should have been playing a bugbear. So we should probably, still want to, we'll continue on to the chimney, but we're just going to be, I'd say, really, really perceptive.
I think we continue on to the chimney, but I don't think we have a chance to actually rest. So I think we have to figure out what we want to do and keep moving, because setting up camp in this area, I think, is probably not a safe idea.
Yeah, I agree.
Okay, so you're going to press on.
Yes.
Okay. It appears that the 4 individuals split up. One set of tracks, they kind of go in 4 different directions. One kind of generally in the direction you're going, the other 3 kind of the cardinal direction, 4 directions.
Typical goblin move, split the party.
And there's no bugbear?
The corpse is gone, so one of them must have carried the corpse off. There are
one goblin carried a whole bugbear.
No. There was 4 sets of tracks that Baldwin was able to determine, 2 of which belonged to bugbear, 2 of which belonged to hobgoblins.
But the 4 tracks then go off in different directions.
Each individual went off in a different direction.
So that means that only one individual, though, would be able to carry the bugbear.
Yep.
Unless they chopped it up.
Does Blard know enough about bugbear tactics to know if this is like an ambush type move?
Roll me a straight intelligence and add 2, given your goblinoid lineage.
You always pick the best stats for
because bugbears and hobgoblins are goblinoids. Hence the term hobgoblin, of course.
An intelligence check +2. Gosh, I have totally forgotten how to roll dice in Beyond 20. So I got a 9, but if I add +2 to that, it's an 11.
And that +2 is the one I told you get?
Yeah.
Okay. So with an 11, your guess is that they probably wanted to split up so that they couldn't be followed, or so that if anybody came back through, it would be unable to be determined like where they went. They're not all going in one direction.
But now they know we're here.
Yep. They're pretty certain somebody's here because they just found one of their kind.
What they know is somebody very dangerous is here.
So they may raise the alarm, which will make infiltration a little bit more challenging, but we'll see what we see when we get to the chimney.
Maybe they thought it was just a natural death.
Fell
A
down
skull
and hit his
clean
head.
completely over.
Yeah.
Hit his
Multiple
head on a
times.
sharp rock with other slashing wounds, I'm sure.
Well, take it from someone who knows bugbears aren't really that smart, so they may think that.
They aren't. Neither are hobgoblins. Yeah. Who knew?
I think we should
I
just
think-
assume they're a little smarter than you give them credit for.
And I think we should probably just keep going for the chimney. If they raise the alarm, that's the going down their chimney and infiltrating the forge is the last place they think we'd go. Because frankly, it's pretty dumb.
So are there only the 3 categories of goblinoids? Because it seems like a pretty big jump from goblin to hobgoblin to bugbear. Seems like there should be something between a goblin and a hobgoblin.
There are, special like shamans and there's various like hierarchical badassery, versions of goblins, hobgoblins, and bugbears. But those are the
have those,
3 races of goblinoids.
They have those blue goblins, those psionic goblins. Yeah, okay.
I hope we don't run into any of those, Baldwin.
All right, so you're going to continue eastward. Is that the consensus I understood?
Yes,
Yes.
that's where we're going.
All right, so you make your way. Again, it's absolutely pitch black. Will you be using any means of illumination, or how will you be guiding yourselves? Just going to, let night fall and keep your eyes used to that?
Dark vision?
Don't we all have dark vision?
I do. Don't I?
Daryl?
Or you could all use your dark vision. Yes.
Daryl's got dark vision 60 feet. Yeah.
Okay. So everything is that, that grayscale shades of gray, right? As you pick your way back to the chimney. And you do manage to get back to the chimney. It is still belching smoke. And again, it smells like smoke, not steam. About a 15-foot tall rock tower, for lack of a better term, a monolith, if you will, an obelisk. But again, it looks to be a natural formation.
We don't see any creatures in this clearing, do we?
No, it looks just like you left it when you were here earlier with Baldwin.
So I can climb up the chimney and take a look.
Daryl tells Blarg, good idea. Take a look. Get some measurements.
I'm gonna walk up the chimney.
Okay, so once again, putting your slippers of spider climbing to good use, you easily ascend, and it's it's sharp and cracked, and it's granite with little fissures in it and loose. You just got to be a little careful, but it's not a climbing challenge so much as it is a don't cut yourself. Handhold may not be complete. You want to test everything, or you pull off but you manage to get up there. It takes a little while. You get up to the top, and there's smoke coming out. And it is indeed hollow. It is indeed a chimney of sorts. The top is all kind of black, and you get up there, and your hands are kind of sooty, and you smell like soot. But there is an opening at the top that should be, it's kind of irregular, but it should be easy enough for each of you to go down into it. It's black, as in dark.
I think even our tall elf friend could fit down it.
Even the wizard could make his way down the chimney.
All right, so I'll go back. How high up is the chimney again? How high off?
About 15 feet above the ground.
15 feet. I'm gonna walk back down the chimney and say it's big enough for us to go down.
Do we have a spelunking order?
Send the goblin in first. That's his idea.
Plus, it'd be the easiest for him to get back out if there's something unpleasant down there.
Meredith, if we fall, can you cast anything to buffer us from that?
I can flame bolt you and hopefully,
Kill me before I hit the
kill you
ground.
before you hit the ground.
Yeah, that's reassuring. Thanks a lot.
I'm not a
Well,
wizard.
I will follow Blarg. I'll go second and provide backup. Something goes haywire.
Do I think they can climb up the chimney? I mean, they have to be careful, but do we need to? Do I think we should need to rig anything to get them up, or that they could climb it?
Let me see here. It's a bit of a climb. It's going to take a DC, probably a DC 10 to just climb it, because there's loose rock and sharp things. You could cut yourself, that sort of thing. Rigging it would make it like a DC 5, as far as that goes. If you were to somehow...
Just an athletics check?
Athletics, DC 10 to get up this thing.
Or I can climb back up and drop down a rope or something.
If you were to do that, it would cut that to a DC 5.
Okay. Daryl gets a 21.
Nice.
Well, are we going to climb up now? Or are we going to let Bar go scout things out first?
I think
In we
should,
go.
I think maybe what we do is we is there room for all of us at the top before we head down?
Yeah, I mean, you could kind of hunch around it, I suppose. Kind
Yeah,
of cling,
that's what I mean.
Cling to the top up there. Yeah.
Rolled
Also be
15 on my
exposed.
athletics. Climb up.
Blarg will just climb up with his slippers.
Right. Okay. 15, 21, slippers.
I got a 14 for my athletics. Probably.
Okay.
Oops. DC what?
10.
Got an 8.
+2.
Plus 2.
Okay.
Why not?
Yeah, you
We
slip,
don't need those for combat.
pull off some of the rock. You thought you had a good handhold, and it breaks off, but you catch yourself. And you all find yourselves kind of perched rather precariously atop the 15-foot tall, it's a circular kind of chimney, very irregular opening. You peer down into it, kind of waving the smoke back, and it definitely smells like wood smoke, right? Not steam. And the interior, the shaft goes down beyond your dark vision. It is dark beyond your 60 feet of dark vision. The walls are irregular. It's not been worked. Especially Baldwin and Daryl would recognize that straight away. It's not worked stone. They're irregular and rough, but also slippery from moisture and years of soot from the smoke. And it looks like it's going to be a tricky climb. Much trickier than ascending was.
I'm going to hold up my finger to my mouth so that the others see it, and then I'm going to listen and see if I can hear anything.
Okay. Yeah, go ahead and make a perception check, please.
That's always good. I always get really high perception.
You usually
rolls.
nail those, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I got an 8.
Yeah.
+2.
All's quiet, except the sound of smoke.
Okay, so I still think the slippers will help me climb down this thing.
Yeah, I mean, climbing is climbing for you.
I'm gonna.
And then I was just gonna say, could we rig a rope around the top of the chimney, and then instead of just a direct climb down, almost like
Repelling.
rappel down to make it a little bit easier for us. And maybe if we did do that, that as Blarg goes down, the rope would come with him, and that if he's all good for us to start coming down, it'd give a little tug on the rope to just kind of let us know to start moving.
Yeah, why don't you guys
Sure,
do some like mountaineering or whatever and see about rigging
We're
the
going to need
rope.
to tie some ropes together, I think, if we
Yeah,
can't
'cause
see
Yeah,
more than
rope
60
rope
feet.
typically comes in 50 feet coils. And again, the chimney shaft vanishes into the inky blackness beyond your 60 feet.
Yeah.
But we
got
can.
rope.
I've got rope too. So how many hundreds of feet here?
I've got 50.
You got 50.
250. It sounds like.
Yeah.
Strangely
So-
enough, I do
I have
not.
50. I have 50.
Baldwin doesn't have any rope, so we just have 200 feet then.
200 feet of rope.
I don't know why I don't have any rope, but I don't.
Probably used it for something.
But you know what I do have? I should probably look at my equipment list before I start playing. I do have a healing potion. I should probably take since I'm still down.
That would have come
So
in
could
handy.
we, so Scott, could we roll a survival check maybe to do for like mountaineering to be able to rig this thing?
Yeah, let's do that. We'll start with the rigging. You can roll a
Okay.
survival check, and I'm going to give you a DC 10. It's not going to be that hard. The rock, you could drive a piton into one of the fissures. It's not going to be that hard.
21.
Yeah, so you managed to rig up and tie off a rope to a piton. Feels quite secure.
While they're
Okay.
getting the ropes tied together and setting the piton, I'm just going to take a glance around since we're sitting up on top of a pretty exposed
Gosh,
chimney
such
here.
such a nervous Nelly.
Okay. Roll perception.
Everybody, or who's doing that?
I think Meredith said he was going to have a look around.
I'm going to do it with a 9. It's really
Okay.
smoky up here. It's kind of hard to.
It is smoky. It feels like everything is fine.
Sure, everything's fine. Okay.
Everything
not
is
worried.
fine.
Everything
So
is fine.
once the rope is rigged, Blarg is going to take the rope and start climbing down.
Okay. You will not need to make a roll given your boots of bootsiness. Your spider climb boots, so that's really tremendous. And you make your way down to the end of the 50-foot rope, and you can see that it looks like there's probably 30 or so more feet of chimney shaft. And you can see down there the glow of what looks like a large fire on a stone floor beneath this hole. And you do notice there's a once you get down into this thing, you notice there's a bit of a breeze, a pull, a draft. And the further you descend, the greater that feels like there's definitely airflow happening here. The smoke is being pulled up.
So did we only tie 50 feet of rope up?
No, I think we tied 200.
Okay.
He's
So
got plenty of length.
near the fire, you see your rope coiled on the floor, in a pile.
No, but we didn't drop it all the way
was-
down.
Yeah.
You're taking the
was-
end with you. I
taking
see.
the
I
end
see.
with
I
me,
see. I
Exactly.
see.
So
Okay.
he's like using a spider climb and then
Yeah,
taking the
okay,
end with
okay.
us.
So somebody's going to have to feed him.
Yeah, well, we're all up top.
Yeah, the end.
So when I get to that 50-foot part where there's about 30 feet left, I'm going to stop and I'm going to listen and see if I hear anybody down there.
Yeah, give me perception.
Yeah, that'll be fine. That will be fine. Ooh, I got a 20.
Nice.
Yeah, you hear the fire crackling and popping.
Okay. So I'm gonna take the end of the rope and see if I can keep going down.
Okay.
Make sure I still have length or whatever, and I'm gonna go down.
Okay, so you feel, guys at the top, you feel Blarg indicate that he wants more rope, and he starts rappelling down the tunnel or down the chimney shaft. You go the remaining 30 feet of tunnel, and you find yourself about 12 feet or so above the floor of what looks to be a room, a cavern. It's let's see here. I think these are 5-foot squares. It's about 20 feet by 20 feet, but it's irregular. It's not been worked stone. In the center is a large cooking fire. You can see from your perch up in the ceiling, there's battered pots and kettles scattered all about. Looks like this might be like a crude kitchen, and you definitely feel that draft as you are just above the ceiling looking down into this roughly 20 by 20 foot chamber. And so I told you guys I had a surprise for you. And so I do.
Oh, great.
Oh, shit, but it's showing too much. Oh, piss. Why is it showing that? Hang on. Why is it doing that? Okay, let's do this. Okay, now. Reveal areas. Okay, bear with me. Why is it showing all that? It's showing the wrong thing,
Oh, there was something.
which sads me.
Oh.
So let's do that. Yeah, you get that little peek on the
Something
delay
there,
there.
I
Yeah,
didn't see it.
yeah.
Somebody go back and
yeah.
pause it. Copy it down.
I missed it.
Send us all the loot locations.
Listen. You know, it's crazy. I had this all set up like last night. Of course, I've rebooted my computer. But it's only giving me... Okay, let's do this. One window capture choice. Bear with me here. So much for my smooth reveal. So everybody, are you guys like all on the edge of your seats right now?
Yeah. I'm nervous. I'm super nervous.
I'm super annoyed.
Hopefully they store all those weapons in the kitchen.
And you could just boop down in there and
Yeah.
boop out of there.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
Okay, so we're going to do it the hard way.
But I know what's on the menu for dinner. It's probably bugbear.
Right? No, that's not right. Oh, I'm such a noob. Bear with me. Meanwhile, Blarg is just suspended, twisting on the creaking rope
Slowly roasting.
over the fire. Yeah, it has also grown a bit warmer.
Now we know what's on the menu.
Got it. Now I gotta make it smaller. Don't look at the stream.
I'm not looking.
Why were all those squares marked dragon?
There's no dragons. I swear to God, there's no dragons. There are no dragons. Okay, so what I've done is I've opened up a Roll20, and we're going to have some mappage and some tokens.
Ooh,
Nice from Roll20.
Currently now, I'm just going to move your tokens around for you, but at some later date, I will grant you the ability. I'll get you in the game, and you can move the tokens. So are you guys seeing the map now?
Yeah,
We are.
I see it.
It's the first time I've ever tried to stream with Roll20. So Grog, or Will, Blarg, whoever, whatever you like to go by in this moment, you see that's the chamber beneath you. 5 foot square. And you see the fire and just, the general debris and all of that. And you're twisting on the rope. What do you wish to do?
So there's nothing in the chamber no one in the chamber that I can
It
see.
appears to be empty. You don't see anyone. You see that passageway kind of in the northwest upper left corner. And that is what you see.
I'm going to take the rest of I'm going to take enough rope to lower myself down, and I'm going to get out of the fire and onto the floor, onto the ground.
Okay.
And then I'm going to give the rope a tug.
There we go. Figuring out how to do this as we play. How exciting. It's exciting. So you're going to put yourself on the floor.
Yes.
All right. Well, allow me to assist you with that. And it's not a problem for you to do that and not put yourself in the fire. So we'll just move old Blargy Pants. There he is. Blarg, that's you. Note the green skin tone. And you have a bow and arrow according to your token. So memorize, that's your token. That's
Nice.
you. So, Hebney, you feel the tug of the rope as Blarg, and then you feel it go slack. What do you do?
I will, with my gloved hands, just kind of slide down as athletically as I can, and then kind of make my way and try to drop down next to Blarg.
Okay. I'm going to have you roll 4 athletics checks. One for every 20 feet, because you got about 80 feet of chimney shaft. It's sooty, it's rough, irregular contour. It's a DC 5, so you're probably going to be okay, but you just never know what can happen there.
I'll just look up at the boys. Time to roll, boys! And he'll just let go, kind of like let himself down like a fire pole.
Okay, so...
That's a 24 on the first one.
Okay, good.
A 19 on the second one.
That's halfway.
An 18 on the third one.
3/4 of a
And
way.
an 18 on the fourth one.
Okay.
Nice.
And then you can drop the remaining, 10, 12 feet.
I'll drop the remaining 10, 12 feet, and as I land, I just pull out my warhammer. What do we got, Blarg? And I'll look around.
You see the scene that I described earlier, all of the disarray of cooking apparel, some broken things, fire for the wood, that sort of deal.
And when he drops down, I'm going to point to the passage that leads to the northwest. I'm going to point, and then I'm going to go.
I'll quickly move up to the edge of the passage and take sort of a defensive position, as if anything comes through that passage, I would club it with my warhammer.
Okay. And that, I know that looks a little bit like maybe a pole arm, but it's actually going to suffice as a warhammer for now, and that is Hebney's token. Again, I had to kind of go with what I could go with for tokens right now. Once I get more advanced at this, I'll create a game and Roll20 and give you all control of your tokens. You can drop like artwork icons in there and stuff, whatever you want to do. So
Sweet.
but at least now we got some visual reference. And this is, Hebney, you just got an advantage from GDT RFB 1995. So super secret code person just gave you an advantage.
And
Thank you so much.
Blarg's also going to draw his short sword.
Okay. Or his bow, whichever you wish.
Or his bow, whatever.
Okay. Erideth, I think you're next in the party spelunking order.
I shall spelunk. DC 5, you said?
DC 5, we're going to make 4 rolls.
That was a 6.
Okay.
That makes it.
Which
That's
category are we rolling in for that?
was that?
Which category are we rolling in for that?
Athletics.
Athletics. Another 6. This is
Okay.
slippery.
A little tight.
Oh, yeah, and then I land strong with a 13.
Okay. Then you can drop the remaining 10 feet.
and I will drop the remaining 10 feet. My bow will be at the ready. I'm assuming my token has a wand.
Listen. See, there's a little bow in his hand.
Nice.
Okay, so Aerodeth is on the board.
I will take up a.
Yeah, let me know where you want to be.
That's probably. Yeah, I'll kind of head over towards maybe a little more to the north.
You want to be able to see up the tunnel?
Yeah.
Okay. And again, you have some dark vision.
I do have dark vision. With my dark vision, what do I see?
So let me just do that. Okay. And I'm using like the old fog of war, and you can see there's a tunnel headed up the passageway. A tunnel headed up the passageway. That is descriptive. Headed to the northwest. And it looks like maybe it's going to break into some sort of a space in there.
All right. I have my bow ready, and I will just...
Looks like you see maybe some debris or furniture or something kind of in there. Look at us using Roll20.
Get us. We're all grown up.
We are grown up. Thank you very much. Okay, let us go to our next descendant. See what I did there, kind of, because you guys are descending? Yeah. That would be... Oh, I've scrolled down too far. We've got too much going on in the chat. Who's next in the list of spelunkers? It is Daryl, and then Baldwin will bring up the rear. Daryl, do you wish to descend down the chimney with your comrades?
Yes. He will, and actually, Daryl has a +5 on athletics.
Nice.
So
you can't miss. So we're gonna skip all the rolls because
right.
D20 rolls for skills in 5e nat 1s are not crit fails, nor are nat 20s crit successes.
So he makes it down.
Okay.
And he will pull out his warhammer too.
All right. So here comes Daryl. Let me grab your token. There we go. Okay, where do you want to be, man?
I can be kind of right next to behind Hebney, actually.
Okay. Hebney's kind of up there. It looks like he's kind of peering, almost not quite peering around the corner. Aerodeth has line of sight up the tunnel, as you can see.
Just kind of south of Hebney.
Yep, I got you. All right, Mr. O'Farrell, you ready to come down as well? You coming? You gonna come play?
Yeah, I'll come on down.
Come on down.
First roll. 9. Second roll. 14. Third roll.
Oh, +2.
+2 will take
Not
it
enough.
up to 3. Yeah, I'm gonna take a fall on the third point.
So you rolled a natty 1?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. So you're bouncing down, trying to go along, and maybe the rope gets caught up in your chainmail or around the haft of your axe, something, and you kind of lose your grip. There's soot, slippery. So let's see, 80 feet of tunnel, and then we've got about a 12-foot drop at the bottom, and you made it down on the third roll. You fell, right? So you made it 60 feet down. So you're going to fall 30 feet, so that's 3d6, right?
Ouch. This would be the time to cast Featherfall Wizard.
3d6 floor damage.
Okay.
And you take 11 floor damage. As you all are standing there trying to be cool and look around, and crash comes the dwarf, landing in part of the firewood, prone on the floor of the chamber. But you all have entered something, what you assume to be the ruins of Kundrukar, and in the waning moments of the 11th session, we've made it into the module. Well, actually, Blazingdale was part of the module, so that was one of the adventure hooks. So we've been in the module for a little bit, but yeah. So you have descended now. Again, you've gone, 92 feet under the earth from ground level where you just were. So you have descended into a natural cavern with a roaring cooking fire and cooking apparel that appears to be something of a kitchen. And the dwarf has got back pain.
I'm going to be laser focused on that tunnel now. Did that spill attract anything? The noise?
Oh, sure.
Attention?
That's a great question. Let me just see.
I'm gonna prep my axe and my new javelin.
And I forget. Can Baldwin? No, probably not. Do we have anyone in the party who can check for traps or no?
Actually, I do have.
You because you're a rogue, right? Rogue.
I am a rogue, yeah.
So technically,
We have
you have
two.
the ability to.
Largus too.
Blargus too. That's right.
Yeah, he's
So,
not only a linguist; he's also a rogue.
Not
Yeah,
only
that's true.
a linguist.
Okay, so we can check for traps, and we can also if there are doors that are locked, we can potentially pick the locks.
Yep. You hear nothing. You see nothing up the tunnel, Eridith, from your line of sight, your position.
Okay.
So this tunnel is the only way out. There's no that we see. There's no other apparent ways out.
Doesn't appear to be, no. Nope. Sure
Blarg's gonna search the room and see if there's any secret doors or anything like that.
All right, you may do so. Use investigation or perception, whichever you prefer to use.
I don't prefer perception. I got an 18.
Okay. Yeah, so you guys kind of see Blarg begin to feel around the walls and look around and search slowly throughout the room, and you don't seem to see anything that would indicate there is a secret door of any kind or passageway at all. It's natural cavern.
Okay, so Blarg will point to the northwest passage.
And before we kind of take off, can we just go see if there's anything besides any cooking, equipment, etc. Just kind of quickly go through what's there in the
Okay.
room. Just make sure
Yeah.
there's nothing else that's there.
Okay.
No weapons, no dwarven weapons.
No forged.
Or
Yeah.
key or something that's left
Right.
or whatever.
Yeah, no, that's fair. Sure. So
map.
you quickly toss the room,
Right.
looking around, and again, it's just beat up cooking apparel, pots and kettles stacked kind of chaotically, and then the pile of wood there you see just south of the fire.
Okay. So Daryl says, yeah, to Blarg, let's head northwest.
Okay.
Somewhere near that tunnel entrance, is there perhaps a layout of the whole complex with a "you are here" and a map showing the nearest fire exit?
There doesn't appear to be, no.
This place is not up to health code.
Yeah.
That is just bad design.
That is.
How will we set our marching order? And has everyone memorized your tokens? You know which one's you. Okay.
Yeah.
How will you set your marching order?
You want a
Do you want
standard
to
one, or should we have a rogue going slightly ahead?
I think we should have a rogue at the beginning to check for
Yeah.
traps, probably.
Sounds dangerous.
You're
I
a
mean,
dangerous guy.
we could stick with the same marching order or reverse it.
That's fine. Blarg can go first.
Hebney
then,
will follow.
So yeah, we'll just keep it the same then, and that way we've got a rogue at the front and a rogue at the rear.
Okay.
So, Blarg, Hebney, Eridith, Daryl, and Baldwin.
Yep.
Okay, that's fair. All right, so let me arrange your tokens. So, Eridith, you're going to go over there, or excuse me, Blarg, you're going to go over there and kind of head up the trail?
Yeah.
Head up the tunnel. Okay, let me illuminate what you can see here. See, once I get this going and you all have control of your characters, if I understand Roll20 correctly, it will illuminate automatically as you move about. Is that right, Dave?
You can set it up that way. Yep.
Yeah. So Blarg. Hebney.
Sweet. Looks like someone's bedroom.
Eridith. Just go like this. And then Baldwin. Okay. So, Blarg, you're going to... what you see here in this space, let me give you a description. There's a big 5 painted on the floor. This is Area 5.
My favorite area.
Yeah, I kind of thought maybe. Okay, so the walls and the floor of this natural cave have been carefully smoothed. It appears there's some tunnels heading off into different directions. There is the dull red glow coming from behind you from the fire, but there is no other illumination here. You see crates and sacks and trash and just kind of general disarray. Sleeping, furs, piles of sleeping furs. Are you going to continue to advance up the tunnel?
I don't see any critters, I take it.
You do not.
Yeah, I'm gonna keep going up the tunnel, but I'm gonna be on the lookout for anything that may look like a trap or anything like that.
Okay. Yeah, so passive perception on high alert. So I'll just go ahead and advance the party a little bit, and then let me kind of circle back and give you line of sight with what opens up. So now you're kind of into the room. So let me give you that. So you see that. And again, it looks like there's 4 tunnels out of this room. One going kind of northeast, the one out of the southeast, out of which you're entering. One to the north, one to the west, and the one to the south. It appears to be like a crude wooden cage or bars that close off the southern exit.
These crates and sacks and things, do they look old or do they look sort of more recent additions?
Yeah, good question. So this room appears to be in use. There's not like ages and ages and ages of dust upon everything. Nothing appears to be dry rotted. They look like crates of provisions, and then like the 3 kind of sleeping pallets with furs. So I guess by all accounts, it looks maybe more recent, to borrow your vernacular.
I would say Hebney's gonna maybe just kind of poke under a few things to see if he can find anything useful. Maybe try to see if there's any markings on any of the crates or barrels.
All right. So you all entering the space then?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Let me get my clicky clicks clicked.
Hopefully I didn't miss the dragon that's in there.
Pull you all in.
You didn't look up. He's on the ceiling.
Yes.
Just saying. So Hebney, I'm going to kind of move you. Whoops. Oh, I can spin your orientation. Did not know that. Okay, so Hebney's kind of over here, maybe. Whoops. Okay, it's not working now. All right. Oh, I got to do it up here. Kind of inspecting. I got the goblin. I got Eridith over here coming in. And you all immediately, as you enter, you see and hear movement down in the south end. Let me get Baldwin up in here. And now that you're up in here, let me show you. Um, you see what looks to be kind of a cell down there. And you hear speaking, and you see the movement of two individuals. As they approach the barrier, and they say, "Oh, we're saved! Oh, praise the gods! You've found us! You've come for us! Get us out!" And they're speaking common. Thank Yundala, we're rescued. They're dressed in tattered rags. There's a padlock that secures it. It looks like it's made of like roughly hewn sapling trunks. Very crude but serviceable barrier across the mouth of this entrance. They look to be humans. From what you can tell, they're close to the door, kind of crowding it. And they look, pretty gaunt, pretty rough looking.
Ebony's gonna hear them and look over and say, "Pipe down, or we'll leave you caged."
Aaron going to take up position and guard that passage to the northeast.
Okay. You're going to look up the passage to the northeast?
I am.
All right. Allow me to assist you with that. Are you going to go up the passage to the northeast?
I just want to kind of get... That's not my...
I know. I just realized that. Just shut up, all right?
That's all right.
Just listen. Okay. So you're going to look up to the northeast?
Yes.
Very well.
I just want to make sure that the yelling doesn't get the attention of anyone that might come from it.
That would be really unfortunate.
Yeah, and to be clear, I'm trying to persuade them to shut the hell up, but it might come out as more of an intimidation.
Yeah, I'm going to have you go ahead and roll that. So you can see the passageway kind of bends to the right. Go ahead and roll that persuasion.
14. I actually rolled intimidation.
Yeah, they both look, and their eyes get the size of dinner plates as they kind of take stock of the five of you. And they both look over at Hebney, and I'm picturing he's got like some kind of a smoking something kind of hanging out of his mouth and long ash on the end of it. And they just stop and look at each other and look at you and look at each other, but they don't make any more sound.
Blarg is going to make his way over to where they are. The humans are.
Okay.
And when I get over there, I'm going to whisper, "What place is this? Where are we?"
They look at each other and they look at you, and then they kind of look around you at Hebney, almost as if to seek permission. We were captured. We don't know what this place is. It smells bad. We're afraid they're gonna. We just want to go home. We're afraid they're gonna eat us. I'm Garadil, and this is Kurana. There's a male and a female, and she kind of nods. We've been here, gosh, probably a month, and we're just afraid they're gonna eat us. They said horrible things to us, and they want money, but we're poor. We don't have any money.
We are near the kitchen, so that could be bad for you.
And they kind of look at you like, "What? The kitchen?"
Yeah.
There we go.
Who's captured you? Who are they?
Oh, they're the tusks and big, hairy, stinky,
Orcs.
mean. Yes, I suppose.
All right. Can you climb?
Not very well. We could try. Why? Are you going to get us out of here? You have to get us out of here. First, you have to let us out of this cell.
Yeah. One step at a time. I turn to Hebney and say, I'm gonna let him out. and we'll escort them to the rope, and they can climb out.
Ask them why they're in there in the first place.
Okay. My gnome friend wants to know why you're in here in the first place.
Oh, well, we got captured in the woods, and they brought us here.
Captured in the woods.
We live in a little town not too far from Blazingdale, a little bit further up the valley, and we were out hunting, and we were captured by these nasty orcs, you call them. They're horrible.
They live in the.
They said if our family, their family said if they don't pay, or they said if our family doesn't pay, they're going to cook us and eat us.
They're going to be.
Who does that?
They're being held for ransom by orcs, and the orcs are going to eat them. We are near the kitchen.
Just out of curiosity, are they speaking common?
Yeah.
So they're speaking in common to Borg, who is then repeating in common back to Heavy. Just want to make sure I got the picture here. Okay.
Can I roll an insight? Can I roll an insight check on them as I'm listening to their story?
Yeah, I mean that's kind of what
Certainly.
I was getting at too. Is does Blarg believe the story?
Yeah, they're totally trustworthy. They're in a cage.
So I'm rolling for insight at this point. I have a 10.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, they seem, they're all the mannerisms of scared people. They seemed, as soon as you all made your way into the room, they reacted with excitement that they're going to be rescued. Yeah, seems on the up and up to you.
They don't seem to pose much.
The same effect, same result.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, who would lock themselves in a cage just to trick people? That's crazy.
Bad guys would do that.
And, I think we're a pretty tough bunch. I don't think they could take us. So I say, I'll let them out. We'll escort them to the rope and let them out. They can climb out. Of course, they'll have a long way to travel through woods of bugbears, but, there's only so much we can do.
They might be safer where they are.
So,
do what you think is right.
So I'll turn back to them and say, look, the woods that are out there, there's a way out, but the woods that are out there are thick, and it's difficult to find your way, and it's filled with bugbears and hobgoblins. And...
She kind of squeaks and squeals and clutches her companion and looks at him, and he's like, trying to calm her down, and he looks at you like, really?
So the way, and trust me, I know because I'm a goblin. So the way is dangerous, or you can stay here. I mean, you're not going to want to go with us because we're going to go in deeper.
No, we don't want to go deeper. We want to get out. We need to.
All I'm telling you is you'll have to take your chances. Unless you want to wait here till we're done, and then we can help you get back. But that has risks as well.
We just want to go home. Oh, we just want to go home, he says. He looks at her and she nods.
I'm going to look at this. I take it there's a lock on the
There is. There's an iron lock. Yep.
I'm going to check it for traps.
Okay. Go ahead and roll. Trust me, I'm a goblin.
What should I roll? Stealth.
Or investigation.
I'd say investigation.
Yeah, that makes sense.
You're not trying to sneak up on the trap.
So I got a 22.
Yeah, so you look and there doesn't appear to be any sort of trapping or weird mechanism on the lock. It appears to be an iron lock.
I'm going to grab my tools and I'm going to pick the lock.
Okay. Roll your thieves tool. I believe that's a dexterity roll. And if you're proficient, you get to add your proficiency bonus and your dex bonus when using thieves tools.
All right. Let's see. Am I proficient in that? That's a great question. I am proficient in that. Okay. So dex. Oops. Gosh, I forget how to roll. So I got a 22 with my dex bonus. My proficiency bonus is another 2, so that's 24. And
that is to pick the lock.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, so you see, what does it look like when you start picking your lock? Like, how do you go about doing that?
Well, so he would first size up the lock, look at it, look at the mechanism that makes the lock work, and then once he thinks he has it figured out, he'd take out his thieves' tools and he'd take out the little thin tools and he'd manipulate them, dexterously until he hears the lock click.
Okay. Yeah, so with a 24 and use of the word dexterously, you manage to pop the lock open.
All right. So I'm going to open the door, and I'm going to tell them, now we can escort you to the rope, but you're on your own from there. Do you have a weapon?
A weapon?
Did you have a?
We don't have any weapons. We were hunting and they took all of our gear. We had knives.
So you're bare hand hunters?
No. We had knives and bows and arrows and all of our field dressing things. And
are those weapons here?
We're probably only a day from home. If you could just get us out of here and take us home, that'd be best.
Unfortunately,
my family
we can't leave.
Could give you maybe we have 2 healing potions. We could give you.
We can't leave, I'm afraid. We've got business here. Did they keep your weapons nearby, your bows and your knives?
I don't know where they are. They threw us in here. Here we are.
Excuse me, Blarg. Could I borrow you for a minute?
Yeah, sure.
All right. Earmuffs, you two. Listen, Blarg. My concern here with your plan. Great goblin plan, by the way. Love it. But if these yahoos head up the chimney, get caught, they're gonna tell somebody that they saw us in here.
We would never do that.
I said earmuffs, pal.
The girl says, "Oh." She closes her ears, like really awkwardly.
I think there's a couple of things I'd say to that. Number one, pretty soon it's going to be apparent to whoever's in here that we're here, because we're going to make ourselves known pretty soon. The second thing I'd say is, what's our alternative? If we leave them here, they're subject to danger. If we let them go, then maybe they have a chance to get home.
What a kind-hearted little goblin.
I say we search these containers and see if we can find their weapons. They'd have a better chance if they had those. And then we'll, equip them as best we can and let them be on their way. They won't tell anybody. They'd probably be cut down before they could squeal on us.
You are the most trusting goblin I've ever met. If this is your attempt at heroism, then so be it. But I think it's a bad idea. I think they should just hide here, maybe in some of these crates. We'll come back for them after we make our escape, when we're ready to make our escape. But you do you, Boo.
I'm willing to let them do that if they want, but if they want to take their chances, I think that they get to determine
we need to go home.
They need to go home.
Garadil is like insisting, like shaking the, vehemently shaking the sapling bars, and the doors kind of open from you releasing the lock, and they kind of stand there and look at each other and look at you guys. Please, let us leave. We know the woods.
Let's see if we can find your gear first.
Oh, that's not a bad idea.
So Blarg's going to start looking around some of the crates and see if he can see any of their gear.
Okay.
Ebony is going to watch these two like a hawk.
Okay.
For any indication that they're going to make a break for it or anything.
Okay.
He's ready to pop them.
Yeah. Garadil kind of looks at Hebney, looking at him and Kurana, and just kind of sits and looks, and he just pops a squat right in the entryway to the cavern they're in and pouts. And then she sits next to him, kind of huddles up against him as the party begins to investigate the crates and sacks. And there's a bunch of things in here. As you look around, you see it looks like various, some of them have like one of the trade companies from Blazing Dells, logo. There's like different trade company logos on some of the crates, but it looks like maybe it's plunder. There's flour, there's grain, there are nails, there's like rolls of leather that could be fashioned into something. There's maybe dried foodstuffs, blankets, just like mundane things that might be bought and sold, for trade.
Is there rope?
There is some rope. Yeah. There's a couple of 50-foot coils of rope. It's probably all things said and done, probably 500 pounds of gear, just stuff. Maybe if you were to cart it out of here, it might be 20 gold pieces. Or, it's mundane supplies. Again, it seems odd that it's all in here and all the crates are different. So it looks like it's probably, putting two and two together, probably things that have been looted from caravans and travelers.
We can't find any of their equipment that they described.
No, you don't see any equipment or gear.
All right, so Blarg is gonna turn back to the humans and say, look, I don't know what they did with your equipment, but if you really want to go, then you can go. Can't give us away, and I'm gonna give you some equipment to try to help you along.
Ebony's just shaking his head.
Oh, bless you. What are you? And he kind of looks, not to be rude, I've never seen a person like you, but may Yondala's blessings fall upon you, whatever you are.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that. And Blarg is going to hand him his bow and his quiver of arrows.
Oh, this is most excellent. I saw some blankets. We could take some of those just to stay warm. It's only a day's travel back to our village. I'm sure once we get outside, we can find our bearing, and we know this whole area
just
very well.
Be cautious. There's a lot of bugbears and hobgoblins and orcs in the area.
She kind of squeaks at everything you mention. The female, Korana. Korana, is that her name? Yes.
All right, and then once I've given him the bow and the arrows, I'll show them to the rope.
Okay.
This is a long climb. It's about 80 feet.
She looks at him like mortified.
Good luck.
Try not to scream if you fall.
Okay. She heads up the rope. And he heads up the rope right behind her. Almost as if to try and help her, stay, keep from falling, stay clinging to the rope. And you see the rope jiggling and wiggling and so it goes. After a time, the rope's still. It hangs still.
All right, so Blarg's going to turn back and say to Hebney, I don't know about you, but I feel pretty good about that. We did good here today.
Look, you might be trying to atone for things you've done in the past, or whatever it is. I'm not here to be a hero. I'm here to get the job done.
Did Daryl ask Blarg? When you had them go up the rope, did you ask them to throw down the rope when they were done, so that then we have all the rope pieces?
No. Don't we want a way out?
We might need to go that way.
We do want a way out, but you can slip her up the exit and then drop the rope, and we might unfortunately need the rope the rest of the way that we're in this.
So
we have 500 feet of rope.
Oh, we got some more rope.
Yeah.
So I put one on my backpack, and I put
Okay.
all the other 9 rolls in
Okay,
our back
great.
hold. We have lots
Then
of
let's leave the exit rope.
Now let's just feel good about what we did here. And I know, Hebney, you don't want to be a hero, but we all have an inner hero in us. And it's okay to embrace that.
Okay. All right.
Heather's
So
gonna grab a handful of the nails.
okay.
and the dry food. Let's get some of that.
Yep, some dry food, and you said there was some flour.
Yeah, there's flour, grain, nails, stuff like that. Some leather strapping and leather, like sheet leather that you would maybe make clothing out of. And yeah, there's dried foodstuffs that's in decent shape. It's not, it would spoil over time, but it'll definitely tide you over while you're down here.
Flour can be helpful if we're going to be searching our way back. So maybe depends if we are concerned about getting back to the location of where we are, or I'm not sure if our dwarven senses would be able to retrack our steps without necessarily having a trail.
And remember, we need to map this place for our employer.
So then probably the flour's not needed.
Also,
Yeah.
we could have made some money if we had cut off those orc ears that we killed, but that's just for future reference.
Okay, so you guys have kind of re-provisioned to some extent. Who's going to be doing the mapping? Because you're right, you were asked to map the... And I mean, it doesn't have to be professional cartography here, but...
Sounds like something dwarves would be really good at.
Daryl can map. It's not a problem.
Okay. I'll just jot that down. All right. Well, I think we've hit a good spot to hit pause in our game. We managed to overcome great technological headwinds with audio to start. God, we screwed around for a good long time with that. Appreciate your patience, guys and viewers. And now we've entered the world of Roll20, where the rest of streaming D&D has entered that world some 7 years ago. But here at Wily Hobbit, we don't like to take chances with technology. We like to be sure it's been proven to be almost adequate before we throw our hat in the ring. So yes, I hope to graduate soon to where the players actually get to control their own tokens. And we'll get there. So at any rate, I did reveal that that tunnel to the west ends in a set of double doors. So, all right, let's go around and do some outros and find out a little bit about where people can find you should they choose to do so. And don't forget, folks, we've got a giveaway. We'll close that up, and then we'll see about maybe doing a little raid and all those cool things. So we'll start with Baldwin O'Farrell. Where can people find you, brother?
Yeah, I can be found all over Twitch and Discord under the handle Enoch Pratt _ Sundown Sensei. Sundown Sensei is also my Instagram handle. You can look on there and see all the nonsense I get myself involved in.
Nice.
Yeah.
Cool. Very good. Everybody stick around for a raid. We're going to jump into Blue Box. They're running a game this afternoon, so we'll go through them. A couple extra viewers. Let's go over to Blarg. Where can we find you, sir?
Hey, everybody. I'm Chris WikiVA on Discord and Twitch. You can find me every 2, 4, and 5th Sundays here, and that's basically the only place you can find me until virtual Greyhawk Con, and then maybe you can find me a couple places there.
Nice. Awesome. Meredith.
Yeah, so again, I'm Carl in real life, Carnage on Discord, both with a K. Much like Chris, you can find me here every 2nd, 4th, 5th Sunday. Sometimes you can hear me, sometimes you can't. And this is the only place that I currently play. But I will be in one virtual Greyhawk Con game too. So looking forward to that.
Awesome. All right. Daryl.
Thanks, Scott. My real name's Bob, Doc Shoulder. And again, I'm here with the guys playing, and then every Friday night with Phantom playing on Blue Box for Friday Night Crusades. And I think Chris may be joining us hopefully soon to be able to also be joining in the fun. So look forward to that. And otherwise, I want to see what's behind the double doors.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Very good. All right. Last but certainly not least, old Hebney Cragbeam DM Dave from the Guild Superior.
Hello, everybody. Scott, thank you so much for running the game. I know we had some technical difficulties.
We
but
got there,
this is
man.
Just part of it.
Yep.
Awesome group. I love playing with you guys. It's such a highlight. Yeah, I'm Dave. I play Hebney, who is ornery, if you haven't already picked up on that. A little grumpy and doesn't want to be a hero. But Dave likes heroism, so I'm into it. I can often be found over on Guild Superior doing heroic things with playing games, producing games, and running games. We have a bunch of new stuff coming up that I got to quickly tell you about. On Monday night, tomorrow night, I'll be running a reprise of our Castle of Mirrors game, which got sidetracked during a fundraising event by a Tarask, and I ended up having to TPK the party as a result. So that's firing up on Monday. Tuesday night will be our Heroes of Greyhawk stream, which we used to do our Beyond Saltmarsh on Wednesdays. We're switching to Tuesdays.
Nice.
And we wrapped up our Beyond Saltmarsh adventure, but the campaign continues with some new adventures. So I'm excited for that. And then next Sunday we kick off a new game called Blade Runner, which of course is based in the Blade Runner universe. Super duper excited for that. My friend Christian is going to be running that Bleak Season on the socials. Super excited. So lots going on, and I always love playing over here on Wily Hobbit.
Man, it's fun. It's fun having you guys. Appreciate y'all sticking with it. We had to take a kind of a hiatus. We haven't played in about 4 weeks due to primarily DM life things. August Sundays happen to just kind of be busy for me. So appreciate folks who used to come watch coming back and watching. We are getting ready to do a giveaway, so I'll give you a few more seconds. I will tap dance and tread water to allow the last latecomers to get in on the giveaway. Type !giveaway. We're gonna mail you a print-on-demand version of the dungeon module D1 and 2. You can see it there on stream. Descent into the depths of the earth. There's the gen. That's why I was talking. I was hoping you would take a second and get in on the giveaway. I saw you bounce in and say hey and give me an advantage. I appreciate that. So I think we've got everybody in the giveaway who's getting in, so please stick around. Also, we'd like to raid into Blue Box. They're running their game, so let me hit close entries and let's see what happens. So entries are closed. All right, the stream is still up. That's good. I'm going to pick a winner. Here we go. Picking a winner. Oh, thank you, Jen. You are a sweetie. It's good to see you. And we have a winner, Shaka707 or Shaka707.
Right.
So hit me up, my friend. Just brand new follower to the channel. Hung in there for our audio joy earlier, so your patience has been rewarded, my friend. So hit me up at Wily Hobbit on Twitter. You can hit my Discord and join there, or you can whisper me here, and we will get your address, and we'll get you this module. So it's a classic. It's a good one. All right. Well, let's make our way over to Nashville, Tennessee, I believe we're headed to, and the home of Blue Box RPG. I'm going to hit the raid button. We'll see you all probably in 2 weeks, I think. Maybe. Hopefully, yeah, it's the kind of the plan. So the raid button has been depressed, and looks like our friend Rob, Phantom NJ, is running some D&D over there. So as soon as we can, we're gonna raid now. So thanks for hanging out.